After questionable rotations and just bizarre quotes from Jason Kidd, the Mavs fans are upset, rightfully so. We're going to break down what a few fans online have to say about Jason Kidd and whether or not I agree or disagree and whether or not we need to look for another head coach. How's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news and everything Mavericks related. And before we get started, 86.4% of you guys watching these videos are not subscribed. We're on the road to 5K subs. Once we hit 5K, we'll be going live for every Mavericks game, giving my play-by-play, live commentary, and we're only about 400 subs away, so make sure you subscribe. But to get into today's video, like I said in the intro, Mavs fans are upset. I've seen it all on Twitter. I saw it after and before I made last night's video after the loss to the Boston Celtics, and I think these fans are getting tired. Jason Kidd, a Hall of Famer, helped bring a chip to Dallas. He, in most regard, highly respectable, and I get that. But we can't let the past dictate the future, and then the present and the future with Jason Kidd, it just hasn't been looking good. Last season, regardless if you want to call it a tank or maybe we just weren't playing our best basketball, we fell out of the playoff picture entirely. This season, we're sitting about the 7th or right above the 8th seed right now currently, and the last few games haven't been the best. Yes, we had that nice 7-game win streak before the All-Star break and that one win against Phoenix right after the All-Star break. It was nice. You can't win them all. No one goes 82-0, and it's, we have about 20 games left in the season, so I doubt we'll go 20-0 for the remainder of the season. I get that. We played lesser teams than we beat, and we lost to the better teams in the league. I get that as well. But it's in the fashion that we lose. It's how we implement our game plan. It's the rotations. It's the substitutions. It's how hard did we try? What did we try to prevent the other team from doing? What did we do right? What did we do wrong? Everything. I'm not a head coach, but at least from where I'm watching the game, there's a lot of things that I would like to see differently. But I'm not the only one. Like I said in the intro, Mavs fans are upset. They're running to Reddit. They're running to Twitter. They're running to the comment section of these videos and just voicing their concern. We're going to go over a few things real quick. This person right here says, Green/Kleber played 48 minutes. 3 points. Derrick Jones Jr., Gafford, and Hardy combined for 15 minutes, 3 points. Fire Kidd or lose this season and Luka eventually. His rotation and playing time decisions are just killing this team. There's no reason for Derrick Jones Jr. to play 7 minutes while Green plays 28. Gafford had less than 6 minutes while Kleber had 20. The only person responsible for this 1-3 road trip and eventual first-round playoff exit is Kidd. If he's allowed to F up much longer, Luka will likely leave. His year is being wasted by a man that couldn't coach Giannis and a stacked Milwaukee team. I hated this hiring. Very emotional, very just angry fan, obviously, but there's some truth to the rant there. Derrick Lively, he's playing very well. Derrick Jones Jr., he's also playing well. Gafford, playing well. We have guys that are playing well that deserve more minutes, and yes, Derrick Lively did play good minutes last night, about 24 minutes. I'll throw the box score last night. Derrick Lively played 23 minutes. He played well. He was a minus 15, but he didn't miss a shot, just one from the free throw line. He was 7 of 7, had 15 points. He was playing very well, and I've seen what people in the comment section are saying. I'm seeing what people online are saying. We played Maxi at the 5 to stretch the floor because Boston was just killing us from 3. The perimeter defense just wasn't there. I get it. But even when we did play Maxi, the Boston Celtics still finished with about 21 threes made for the game. Meanwhile, they had 62 points in the paint. It seems like a team like the Boston Celtics, which I already understand they're the number 1 team in the East, arguably the best team in the league. They could probably go and win the whole thing this year if they don't mess it up. I get that. They're a much better team than us. But it's just how we play these teams. If they're killing us in the paint, we go big. If they're killing us on the perimeter, yes, you can play someone like Maxi to space the floor, but is Maxi even really efficient at defending the perimeter? Because they still got their threes off, and they still attacked us in the paint. A team that can switch on the fly without having to make subs, just their 5 on the floor can either play perimeter or play inside, that's going to be very tough for a Dallas Mavericks team who, at this current conjuncture, we don't have a lineup, or we haven't played with a good lineup that can defend both the perimeter and the interior at the same time on the floor. You could argue you can make that up, having P.J. Washington or Josh Green defend the wings much more than Daniel Gafford, Derrick Lively, while you keep one of those guys down low to defend the paint. There's many ways that you can go about it. Just my perspective, and maybe we need to trade some of these guys. I don't know. A lot of things could happen, but Jason Kidd not being able to read what's going on, just letting the team go on a run. Like I said yesterday, we were within 2 points in this game, and it seems like what happened in the Cleveland game, in the Pacers game, late, they just ran with it. They just ran with their lead. We couldn't catch up. Shots weren't falling. We weren't defending the perimeter because, again, they made about 21 threes. They took about 36. It was just a mess. Last night's game was just not a good example. And I'll throw the box score up again because another thing that we want to talk about is Maxi Kleber and Tim Hardaway playing 20 minutes apiece. If we are so deep, as everyone says, as Coach Kidd says, then why are we only giving real minutes to 2 guys? I understand if Gafford can't defend the perimeter, why is he only playing 6 minutes? Are they only playing from the perimeter? Because, again, they had 62 points in the paint. They were obviously attacking the basket as well, and we had nothing for that. Josh Green didn't have a great game yesterday, and he's been playing very well lately, but not everybody can play perfect every game. Not everybody's going to be like Luka Doncic or Kyrie Irving. And even someone like Kyrie Irving had a kind of a low, bad game last night. But what else are the fans talking about? Well, they're upset with what Kidd had to say here. Jason Kidd on the Celtics last night said it's about team for them. You could tell by the ball movement. And I'm not sure if he understands that what he said was like a shot in the foot. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter just looking at that quote or looking at what he said about ball movement and team ball, and they were just upset. They were seething. Jason Kidd, why aren't you having them play like that? Why are you constantly having just 1 or 2 guys play ISO? And I understand the Boston game was different. They're a much better team. They kind of forced us to play isolation ball. I get that. But this is a pattern, a bad pattern of habit that I've seen with Jason Kidd, and the fans have seen it too. You guys are mad. I've seen what you guys are saying, that we are not playing team ball. The ball is not moving around. We saw that against the Toronto Raptors, and it was great. It was phenomenal. It was a style of play that I wanted to see us use more going forward. But instead, we resorted to just, hey, Luka, ISO, get a shot off, which he can do. Kyrie, kind of do the same, which he normally does. Didn't do it that well last night, but then that leaves everybody sitting on the perimeter, standing around, just waiting for, to get past the ball. And it just didn't, it's not a reliable offense that obviously isn't proven because it hasn't been working in the past few games that we lost. And what else are Mavs fans mad about? Well, this I kind of spoke on it earlier, but Maxi can stretch the floor / hit the 3 and guard the perimeter. Well, this man had to say, in the past 3 losses, Maxi has go a 0 of 1, 1 of 2, and 1 of 2 from 3, which does not sound like a big man who stretches the floor. Meanwhile, the opposing team has shot 39%, 50%, and 49% from 3. That does not sound like a player who helps us guard the perimeter. Obviously, the other team's 3-point percentage does not fall solely on Kleber, but it's undeniable that the combination of him and Tim Hardaway Jr. is just about the worst defensive set we can run, and I totally agree. Now, of course, Maxi has a little thing with his foot, so maybe that's affecting his game. He's not able to defend the perimeter as well as he used to. Maybe his shots are not falling because of that, and I get that. But again, as a coach, you need to be able to see these things and make the right corrections, make the right substitutions, move players around, change up your sets, change up your schemes. Like, that's what a coach does on the fly. And Maxi has been playing, aside from the Raptors game where he did miss, but the Indiana game, the Cleveland game, and then last night against the Boston Celtics, Maxi was playing 20-plus minutes off the bench and giving you absolutely nothing. His defense in some of those games were good. For the majority of it really wasn't nothing really to be happy about because they still shot very well from the 3-point line. And like that fan said, it isn't solely on Maxi. There's 4 other guys on the court, and I get that. But man, if we're trying to play small ball, can we play an effective small ball? And if Maxi is our best option at a small ball lineup, maybe we abandon the small ball lineup. I'm just saying, we have I'm about to say Dennis Smith Jr. We have Derrick Jones Jr., who can defend the wings. We have PJ Washington, who also defends the wing very well. Josh Green, aside from last night, is a great wing defender. If we can rely on our wings to just defend. And Dante Exum, he's back, and he's been playing very well in the limited role that he's been in. We have the wing defenders. I personally don't believe that we need to have a power forward play the center position to space the floor against a team who not only can shoot the 3, but can also score 62 points in the paint on us. There was no interior defense. There was no perimeter defense. And again, against a team that's way better than us, like the Boston Celtics, it's bound to happen. But Mavericks fans are upset. I've seen a lot of people calling for Jason Kidd to just be fired. And I understand he's a Hall of Famer. He helped bring a chip to Dallas. He is a well-respected, he was a very well-respected player throughout his career, but maybe as a coach, maybe it's just not for him. Or maybe there's something that he needs to do. Maybe the roster needs to change. Maybe trade away some players. I'm not too sure what needs to happen, but one thing I do know is that a change does need to come from the Dallas Mavericks team. We have about 20 games left in the season. We're not going to lose them all. But some of these games that we do lose, can we just put up a fight? Can we just play good basketball? If we play the right way night after night, win or lose, you have an identity, you have a game plan, you know how we play our best brand of basketball. We're going to do it night after night, not throw out bad lineups, not use untimely timeouts on the wrong time, not leaving guys who are cold out on the floor too long and pulling out guys that are hot too early. All of this are the things that make a winning team. and hopefully the Dallas Mavericks can get right on track. It's not doomsday. There's no reason to just sound the alarms and just go in full tank mode. It's too late for that. And honestly, it's not that bad. We have the Sixers coming up tomorrow, then we have the Heat, and we revisit the Pacers. We got a few good games coming up that aren't the number one team in the East or West. So hopefully with these next few games, we can just clean slate it. You know, memory of a goldfish. Forget about what happened. Focus on the future. Like I've always said, you build on what you've been working on. You learn from your mistakes. You improve, and you move forward. But that's all I got for you today, guys. Thank you for making this far to the video. Make sure you subscribe. Check out the Discord. The link is in the description below. And until next time, y'all take care. Peace.